What's up, guys, girls, and jump scare? It's me. What's up, y'all? It's been a long year, huh? Hope all you guys made it through 2023 all right. It was quite the wild ride for me. This was the first entire year that I've been back making content since I started up again in like the end of 2022. And in that time period, I've made a couple videos. I've made 101 videos since I came back to YouTube in August of last year. 94 of which were in 2023. So in this video, I guess this is gonna be a big old marathon. I just want to try and I want to go through every video I made since I came back and just sort of talk about it a little bit. So I think this will be helpful. Maybe if you didn't watch every video, which is totally reasonable, you can just skim through the timestamps for the ones you didn't watch and get a little synopsis. And hey, maybe if it sounds interesting, maybe you'll go watch it. I don't know. There probably won't be a whole lot of fancy editing in this video, just me talking about stuff. So feel free to throw this on in the background and do something else, or not watch it at all. I'll be back with regular videos tomorrow or the day after, probably. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it with Fingerdash, but every orb swaps levels until they all finish. Okay, so you guys may or may not know, if you're new here, that I'm like the Fingerdash guy. Even if you have only subscribed recently, there's like a pretty good chance that you might have heard about that. Basically, when 2.1 got leaked through GD World, I started making a lot of videos on Fingerdash, and when 2.1 came out, that trend did not stop. One of my most popular videos, it might actually be my most popular video, I don't remember, was a video called Fingerdash for every orb swaps levels until they all finish. Basically, I had Fingerdash, like Hexagon Force, knock 'em, I think, press start, something, I don't even remember. I had 5 levels. Fingerdash was one of the 4 other ones. And every time one of those levels hit an orb, I would cut to the next level. So basically, the level with the most orbs would end up finishing last. The thing is, though, is that video only had 5 levels in it, and there's a lot more than 5 levels in the RobTop levels. So this video, thought it would be a good idea to be a return. I felt like it was a pretty reliable idea. These Fingerdash videos used to get a lot of views, so I felt like it was pretty reliable to do that as like my big comeback. I would do that just to try and get my channel off the ground again, and then if that worked, then I'd go into better videos. I mean, I was going to go into better videos anyways, but this was sort of my attempt to just insta-revive my channel. So yeah, so I chose to remake one of my most popular videos as a comeback. I thought it was pretty safe. It wasn't a necessarily impressive video in the end. It took a lot of tedious work. I had to keyframe that leaderboard that was in the top left the entire time. And in the Sub-Zero levels, I had to manually calculate the accurate percentage by like counting the number of frames and dividing by whatever. I found out after the fact that Sub-Zero has an accurate percentage option. I didn't know that. Yeah, so this video wasn't anything crazy. It was more of just like I'm trying to revive my channel. Is the new 2.2 sneak peek bad? So this was, again, another pretty safe idea. I think this was the second sneak peek, the one that showed Explorers, which is really funny in retrospect because Explorers isn't even out now. I basically just wanted to take a look at it and give my thoughts on it. I felt like it'd be pretty safe. It was my first like real video that I made back. It talks about 2.2, so I felt like it was a pretty safe bet for okay views. But unlike the Fingerdash one, I felt like this one would put more of me, incorporate more of my personality, so I could get from the Fingerdash videos to just like videos of me just doing stuff that people would watch for me. It was a pretty surface level video, honestly. It wasn't a super deep dive. I did put some of my own thoughts in, but honestly, a lot of the video is kind of just me summarizing what was in the sneak peek. Geometry Dash level swap. So this video, basically the idea is me and my friend, we're building layouts and you're throwing them back and forth. You know this idea. Woolsey's done it a bunch of times. We just decided to do it with a layout instead because neither of us are all that good at decoration. It was the first video I made back that was unscripted. I think that it might perform a little bit better nowadays because my channel is pretty well revived now, I'd say. The concept isn't like super crazy though. It's not all that intricate. It didn't perform very well. I think that it might have been a little bit too early to start with personality-based content, considering how early into my return it was. And also how long the video is. It's a lot longer than a lot of my videos nowadays. That's by design. I usually try to keep my videos between like 11 and like 17 or 18 minutes. I feel like if a video gets above like 20 minutes, it starts to get a little bit unwieldy. So this video was definitely a longer one. And honestly, I don't think it was all that entertaining, to be completely frank with you. So yeah, I think this idea maybe would do better nowadays, but I'm really not that shocked in retrospect. So this video, basically the idea was that I was going to go through all the RobTop levels, and I would take their coins, and I would try to update them, modernize them, rework them, whatever you want to call it. I didn't want to call it improving, because I would probably get a billion comments about how I just made them worse. So I tried to update them, modernize them, use 2.0, 2.1 stuff, whatever. This was inspired by Colin's whole saga with the Sub-Zero coins, where he basically made a video complaining about the Sub-Zero coins, and then RobTop actually saw the video and fixed it because he was going through the spin-off games anyways to update them because of some App Store policy. And so I basically decided to try and take the role of RobTop if I were to go back and update the coins. It's the first video I made that's similar to my current content. I could see myself making this video nowadays. I actually spawned a couple of like sequel videos too. Yeah, so I actually really liked the idea, and it was it was a good day for me when I checked my YouTube studio, and this was doing very well. Honestly, let me actually check. I don't actually know how well this really did in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, so in the first day, this video got 30,000 views, which is pretty good, all things considered. I would still consider 31,000 views in the first day to be the mark of like a pretty good video. But when I was just starting out, my standards were even lower. Basically, my idea was I wanted to keep this mindset still, but when you get videos that constantly get like 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views, it gets hard to keep your mindset this small. Basically, the idea was if the video got 10,000 views in a week, it wasn't like a total waste of my time. It wasn't like L noob, that sucks. If the video got 10,000 views in a day, it was a pretty good video. So yeah, this video got 30,000 views in the first day, and by the end of the first week, it was at about 70,000. So definitely a very good performing video. And I mean, now it's almost at 300,000 views. And personally, I view any video that has more views than I have subs to be like very good. Ooh, this video. Okay, so basically the idea for this one was that I was going to go through all the achievements, the in-game achievements, not the Steam achievements, and I was going to try and calculate how fast you could do all of them to get the minimum time to 100% Geometry Dash. This video took a long time to research, to calculate, to edit. It took me like a whole month to make. It got like a fine reception. When I was making this video, I was really hoping for it to be worth my time, that it would get like 500,000 views, 1 million views. I was hoping it would do really well. I think it has like a little bit over 100,000 views now. It was very, very slow growth. If one thing is for certain, this video definitely cemented the fact that infrequent, higher quality videos are not for me. I'm not Samifying, I'm not Stormfly, I'm not whatever. Because this video took a long time and it didn't do all that well. So basically from that day forward, I was like, all right, we're making videos every 3 or 4 days from now on. we aren't actually at that point yet, but I definitely was like, I'm not doing these month-long projects anymore. Because it's a waste of time. It doesn't do that well. Also, the math in this video is not perfect, and it doesn't factor in the possibility of doing like multiple achievements at the same time. Like the diamond achievements and the shard achievements, I basically took those at face value as if you were only doing diamonds or only doing shards for however long, but while you're waiting for your shard and diamond cooldowns, you can play levels for user coins, you can beat the gauntlets, you can beat the map packs, you can do a bunch of stuff. I didn't factor that in, so my time is kind of just wrong in that video, but it happens. So, this video was one of the first times I tried to do a more unique idea that I thought was more eye-catching. It didn't perform all that well. Personally, I'm still relatively happy with the video. In my opinion, it's one of my better edited videos by today's standards, but sadly, I recorded it in like 5 kilobytes per second. Because if you watch the video carefully, you might notice that in bright, flashy, moving parts, the bitrate takes a little bit of a hit. So, egg on my face. The idea is basically I was just going to go through levels that had cool IDs and play them. 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, 250,000, a million. That was the idea. I just wanted to see what the milestone levels, as I called them, were, because I thought it'd be cool. Alright, so this video, the idea was basically I was going to go through every hack and mega hack from 2.1. Obviously, the 2.2 mega hack has like 4 things in it right now. But the 2.1 mega hack, big long lists, I was going to go through them by category and give them a ranking for how likely I think it would be that they'd be banned on the demon list. So, you know, no clip is like a 10 out of 10, and then, you know, like shop bypass is like a 1 out of 10 or whatever. This idea was inspired by the fact that around this time, there was a big thing on the demon list where they banned show hitboxes on death, which I remember being a super controversial thing. So I decided to be like, well, how bannable are all the hacks actually? You know, maybe there's something more than show hitboxes on death that should be banned. I don't know. I'm actually really, really shocked at how well this one performed. To be fair, though, I'm shocked at how well it performed, but I am very proud of the thumbnail. The title is probably semi-eye-catching. I don't really know. I'm not much of an analytics guy. I don't really know on a technical level how good the thumbnail or title of this video is, but I'm pretty happy with that. Fun factoid, I originally wanted this to be a small collab with like a top player talking about some of the hacks and their thoughts, mainly the hacks in like the player category, so like the stuff like no clip, show hitboxes, whatever. I asked like 3 of them, and they either didn't reply or they did reply but then kind of ghosted me at the end, just didn't follow through. So I just did it myself. Also, another fun gamer fact, you can actually see the progression of me editing this video at night, because if you look in the top right corner of some of the gameplay, you'll see like the clock from Mega Hack, and you'll see that it progresses over time, because I would literally edit a part, then I'd go to the next part, record the video for that part, like whatever stock footage I needed, and then I would go back and edit that part. So you can literally see the clock progress as I got later into the night doing this. So this idea is very plain and simple. It was basically just, you know, could I rebeat my first extreme demon? My first extreme demon, for those of you who don't know, is Allegiance. It took me about 21,000 attempts to beat it the first time, I think. And this was another idea that was very, very personality based. It was much more experimental. This was the, is it still? Hold on. I think this is the worst performing video on my channel since I came back to making YouTube videos. It is. Yeah, this is the worst performing video I made since I came back to making videos. And I think that there's sort of a double combo of things that made that the case. One, it was personality based, and I still pretty early on in coming back to YouTube, so I don't think I could fully rely on that yet. Two, the idea is just not that interesting. Like, frankly, I don't think people really cared much about me as a person at this point, and they sure don't care what my first extreme demon was, especially because Allegiance isn't really like the most eye-catching level. It's not like Bloodbath or Cataclysm or like even Aku, I feel. it's not a very notable level, I feel like. All things considered, though, I think this video is decent, and, you know, I think it has some funny parts, so if you're a new subscriber and you watch my videos more because of me and not all because of the ideas that I've done, then, you know, maybe you'd like it. I don't know. Extending RobTop levels. So this idea was basically I was just going to take a couple RobTop levels and extend them with the song that they have. Fun fact, if you don't know this, pretty much all of the Geometry Dash level songs are cut down versions of the actual song, right? So like Can't Let Go, let's say it's like 1.5 minutes long. The full song is like 3 or 4 minutes long. So the idea is basically I was going to take like a couple of RobTop levels. I think I did Electrodynamix and Fingerdash, and I made a custom song cut with the extended parts of the song, and I basically just continued the level. I tried to continue the level in the style. This was another attempt to lean into the RobTop level thing, since I really like doing videos with the RobTop levels, and they seem to perform decently well. The recording process was really, really sloppy because basically what happened is I go back and forth between school, so I have 2 PCs that I transfer stuff between. Basically, I recorded the video when I was home for my Thanksgiving break, recorded the video of me building the gameplay for Electrodynamix, and basically, I thought I had sent it over to myself on Google Drive. I didn't. So I was like, man, that sucks, I lost the video. But then the video took me so long to make that I ended up coming back home for Christmas break. And I got the video back, and then I rewatched it and found out that it was basically unusable anyways, because it was really, really boring. I think the 2 resulting levels from this video are pretty decent, even though the Fingerdash one isn't finished. I really just wanted to use the second half of Electrodynamix in this video, because I think it is a crying shame that RobTop did not use the second half of Electrodynamix. If you've never heard the second part of Electrodynamix, go look it up and listen to it. Electrodynamix is a banger. Alright, this is a good one. So, building the Lost RobTop level with Tride. The idea was basically a guy named Volton. He digs through GD data miner. He runs a thing where he like archives old GD levels. Basically, he found out that in an older version of GD, it was 1.4 and 1.5, I think, there was basically pulsing song data. You know those little music sticks that pulse, you know, when you play levels? There was basically data for those pulsing music sticks for another official level song that wasn't even in the game, and it was going to be active by DJVI. So basically, me and Tride had the idea. Well, basically, Volton made edits of the 2 versions, right? Because in 1.4 there was one version of pulsing data, and then for some reason in 1.5 there was a completely different set of pulsing data, but it was for the same song. So Volton made 2 fan-made mashups of what he thought each version would sound like. So I had the idea to approach Tride, and I said that it would be a cool idea if, you know, I did one and he did the other. And, you know, I was a little nervous boy back then, you know. When I had been making videos before, you know, 2018, 2019, whatever, I had a couple of, like, acquaintances in the GD community, but I wasn't really super close friends with any other YouTubers, and I definitely wanted to change that this time around. I wanted to make sure I wanted to do more collabs, I wanted to get more out there, I wanted to, you know, network a little bit. So I was looking around for people to do this to, that I thought were both large enough creators, but also still close to my size, so I wouldn't get, like, egoed by them. And I came across Tride. I noticed he does building videos. He does videos that are pretty similar to, you know, some of the videos I had made up to this point. And yeah, so I reached out to him on Twitter. He replied saying he was down. Surprisingly, we set up, you know, a time and date, and we did it. I had a lot of fun. I think that Tride enjoyed it too, and yeah, I mean the videos did very well, honestly, on both of our channels. I think that this video helped me solidify my personality a lot more, since Tride was already more established as like a personality YouTuber. He was sort of at the point that I am at now already, where he just makes videos where he just does stuff and people watch. Yeah, collabs used to make me real nervous with my old content, especially because my old videos didn't really allow for them all that much. Like, I can't really collab with someone on a Fingerdash video. But yeah, it was a super fun video. I think the levels turned out very nicely, and it was a very good way to end the year, because I think that this video was basically like, this video was like the sole reason that I think I hit like 80K before the end of the year. So very, very cool. And yeah, this set the stage for me to absolutely want to look into more collabs in the future, because you know, collabs are great. I have a great time with them. I think collabs benefit both people, or more people if you have more people, I guess, all doing one. And I think that they're super fun, you know. I mean, I'm super happy to be able to, you know, make money playing Geometry Dash. And, you know, at this point, you know, these other YouTubers, you know, I'd like to just be friends with them, because, you know, these are my peers, these are my, you know, my colleagues, if you will. So yeah, I mean, you know, there's a video coming up where I'll talk more about that, but very, very good, you know. This was a very, very good video. I was very happy about this. RobTop level low FPS challenge. So this video is very simple. Basically, Mega Hack has a thing, or it had a thing, where you could set your FPS. You could, you know, bypass up to 240 or 360 if you so desire. However, you can also bypass down to 4. So basically, the idea was that I would start on 10 FPS on each RobTop level, and every time I died, I would increase by 5. The goal was to try and beat the RobTop levels with as low FPS as I could, and I would basically give myself a score based on that. I think my score was basically how many times I incremented the... I think it might have been how many times I incremented the FPS, or it might have been the combined total. I think it was the combined total of all the FPS that I beat the levels on, right? So if I beat Stereo Madness on 10 FPS, and then back on track on 20 FPS, then it'd be like 10 plus 20, and then my score so far is 30. So the best score would have been 210 at the time, because it was 21 levels, 10 FPS was the lowest thing. I think I did pretty well on it, honestly. Pretty happy with the video. I think it's very simple, but I think it's kind of intriguing. Again, this had to do with the RobTop levels, because I just like RobTop levels. I thought this was a good idea to combine something that works well, that being the RobTop levels, with something that didn't work as well yet, which my personality, you know, me. Videos where I just play stuff are a little bit rare for me now, just because I feel like there's less exciting challenges and ideas to be made with them, and I feel like people are less likely. I feel like people are less likely to just watch videos of me just like playing map packs or playing whatever. So I feel like it's a lot easier to be creative with building videos, but I definitely intend to do a couple playing videos. I just did the one the other day with lists, and you know, that performed pretty well. So I don't know, I'll probably do some. This video isn't edited super great, all things considered, but also first video of 2023. We've officially entered January. Woo! So the first of 94. I'm gonna be here for a while. What if Geometry Dash had a difficulty selector? So the idea was basically I would take a couple RobTop levels. I know Can't Let Go was one of them, and I would either choose to make it easier or harder. The idea being that, like, what if RobTop had a difficulty selector that would let you play an easier or a harder version of the official levels that would give you either like a cooler reward or a less cool reward. So So it was basically just nerfing or buffing the levels. I did not expect this video to do as well as it ended up performing. The idea kind of came out of nowhere, and I just thought it might be cool. I thought the thumbnail or title might have been a little confusing, which is another reason I'm surprised it did so well. I mean, the editing is fine. It's nothing, like, insane, though. I think the commentary could have been better at certain parts, because a lot of times I tended to kind of just say what I was doing, not really elaborating. Also, I attempted to gaslight my audience into thinking that there was a quad spike in ToE2 in 1.9, which there wasn't. I don't even know if anyone picked up on that, but I thought it was funny at the time. Geometry Dash 2.2, but I can't see. So I actually really like this idea. Basically, the idea was that I had a friend come over to my house in real life, and I would put on a blindfold. I don't even think I had a blindfold. I think I just tied a shirt around my head. And he would verbally guide me through the levels, right? So the idea was that I can't see, and I'm just being told. He'd be like, you know, left a little bit, right a little bit, right and jump, right and then jump, you know, jump, 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 whatever, run, whatever. I really like this idea. I honestly intend to probably do it again, despite how it performed. It didn't really do that well, and I don't really know why. I thought it would do a way better, but I think that maybe I kind of fumbled the title and thumbnail. I tried my best to try and optimize the thumbnail, but I just don't really know what video would I really didn't know what thumbnail would do the best. Up to this point in time, this was my best video, in my opinion. It's edited really well, in my opinion, and I think it's really funny. I think it's really good. I don't think it's boring. I really like this video. This video has an okay amount of views now, because since it performed so badly, I literally put it on, like, every end screen for all of my videos up until, like, June or something, when I finally started putting my 100K video up instead. So yeah, so I mean, it has more views now because I kind of forced it to. But I would say that this is still in my top 5 videos since I came back in general. Since, like, up to this point, I would say this is probably still top 5. So my mom plays Geometry Dash. This video idea came out of nowhere. The idea is very simple. I had my mom play through some of the official levels, most of the official levels actually. She did a practice run of a bunch of them, and then I had her try to build her own level at the end. I really like this video, and it performed. I think it was one of my, if not my best performing video in the short term, because it shot up to like 100,000 views in like a week, which I thought was like, what? I really like this video. I think it was a very cool idea, and, you know, it was fun. You know, my mom, she's known about my YouTube stuff for years, and I think it was, you know, cool to have her finally try the game that, you know, I make a lot of, I don't want to say I make a living off of, but it's a game that I do make money off of. So it was fun. I think she had fun. And fun fact, she actually started playing the game afterwards, and she's beaten like the first 5 levels. I think she's trying to beat Can't Let Go. But yeah, she would text me like progress screenshots, which I thought was awesome. So yeah, this is a very good video. I don't think the editing is all that crazy, but I think that it's kind of carried just by the idea alone. So very happy with this video. I very much liked it. Your worst Geometry Dash video ideas. So this, in retrospect, this is probably one of the cringiest videos that I made this year. Basically, I was sort of riding a high from the My Mom Plays Geometry Dash video, where I was like, my channel's doing great, I'm just gonna do something real weird. I asked for video ideas, just like awful GD video ideas. I literally asked for like bad ideas. And this video was sort of like a rapid fire, like, you know, here's a comment, this is the video idea, and then I would do it for like 5 seconds. The only thing that's different is a lot of the video ideas I didn't do though. Like I would put the comment on screen, and then I would just like say like, this idea is stupid, I'm not doing this, even though like that's the point. I don't know. Like I think that I think that I must have intentionally picked video ideas that, you know, that were like too unfeasible to do just so I could do that. Because there were plenty of video ideas in there that I could have done pretty quickly, but I guess I just didn't want to. I thought it'd be funnier if I was just like, you know, geometry but skibbity toilet. What? This video idea is so dumb. Next video idea, or whatever. Like you get, I don't know. You get the idea. I don't even think skibbity toilet was around in January 2023. So yeah. So I'm not a huge fan of this video. I think it did okay, but I don't really ever intend to do a video like this again because I think it was kind of cringe. What could RobTop add to update 2.3? So basically, this was basically a video where I just listed off a couple of suggestions for 2.3. Some of them were kind of serious, some of them were jokes. My personal favorite one is the brown orb, which the idea is that it crashes your game when you hit it, which I think is awesome. I think I was starting to think that my channel was dying, because this was at the end of winter break, so views were starting to decline. I think that's kind of to be expected, you know. My target audience tends to be, you know, children. No shame in that, you know. I'm sure that a lot of you watching this right now are... Actually, a lot of you watching this right now probably aren't between the ages of, like, 9 and like, 14. Because I have to imagine that only... like, slightly older kids or people might actually care about this. If you are an 11-year-old watching this entire video, then props to you, you know? But, yeah, so I was thinking that my channel was sort of starting to die because, you know, school was getting back in session. That's why I thought it was happening, at least. So I was like, oh, let me just do like a 2.2 view grab, you know? And this video actually did do pretty well initially, but it actually died off, like, comically fast. This video got, like... It got 39,000 views, almost 40,000 views in the first day, and then it immediately dropped down to getting like 5,000 views the second day. By the end of the first week, it was getting like 2,000 views a day. You know, pretty soon we're talking about, you know, like a couple hundred. This video actually has steadily grown ever since I uploaded it, though. You know, it's very slow growing, but it's honestly relatively stably managed to get around 1,000 views every day, and it's at almost 400,000 views. That is surprising. I didn't know that. Whatever works, I guess. Geometry reverse click challenge. So this is another idea that I thought was pretty cool. Very simple. It's like the low FPS challenge. It didn't do all that well from what I remember. Basically, the idea is that it's another thing in Mega Hack where you can do reverse inputs, where basically if you're clicking, you won't jump, and if you let go, you do jump. So letting go acts like you're holding, and clicking acts like you're not clicking. So I thought this video was fine. I don't think the editing is all that crazy. I thought the idea was good because it's RobTop levels. It's pretty simple. Maybe the idea didn't come across super well in the title because yeah, it didn't do great. But oh well. What can you do? This was again in that sort of time period where I was like really trying to figure out like, why is my channel dying? Why am I getting 5 views per video? I need to do something. Which was very hard given that I was in college. I still am in college, quite frankly, but it's my winter break right now, so I'm not actively in college. But, you know, I had school to do too, so I couldn't focus fully on videos. So it was very disheartening when I finally got a video out and it did badly. But oh well. Speed hacking ROULETTE levels faster. So this is not an original idea. Technical did this a long time ago, and Juniper did it after, but still before me. So Juniper did it like a year or two ago. Technical did it like 4 years ago or something like that. Basically, the idea is it's very similar to the FPS challenge, where basically you start on a high speed hack, like 2.0 or something, and every time I die, I would knock the speed hack down by 0.1, I think, or something like that. And I would try to see, you know, how fast I could speed hack, how fast I could beat the levels with speed hack. Yeah, and I calculated my score basically by, I would just add whatever speed hack I beat it on. So I beat a level on double speed plus 2 points. Beat a level on 1.5 plus 1.5 points. So this video performed better than the reverse click one, thank God. Not super great in the grand scheme of things. It has like 60,000 views now, but I suspect that it probably only got like 20 or 30,000 when it first came out. Nothing really crazy to talk about with this video. It was... Sure was a video, but, you know, it wasn't particularly well edited. The commentary was... I think it was fine, because it was a very hyper video, but... Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't watch this one. What if Geometry Dash World had coins? Okay, again with the coins and the RobTop levels, this was pretty much guaranteed to do well. So basically, the idea is just that the GD World levels are real short. They don't have coins in them. My idea was, what if I added coins to them? Since they're so short, I decided to only add 1 coin to each level, because the levels are like 5 seconds long. I felt like it'd be really awkward to try and jam 3 coins into like a 15-second level. So... each of the 10 levels has 1 coin. This was, again, tangentially inspired by Colin's, you know, coin thing. But I did mostly think of the idea on my own. Strangely enough, I got a good handful of comments on this video from like a couple people. There's like 4 or 5 people that were like, I had this idea first. And that was really the first time that's ever happened to me, where people are like claiming that I'm like stealing their idea. My whole thing is like, that's cool if you happened to do this idea first, but I thought of it myself. I'm much better about it now, trying to make sure that the video I'm doing doesn't exist already. I wasn't great about it back then, but honestly, I did actually look this one up back then. I looked up like, what if Geometry Dash World had coins? Geometry Dash World coins, like whatever. I couldn't find any videos, so I thought I was in the clear. I was wrong. But yeah, overall I like this video a lot. I think that the coin placements are good sometimes. Some of them are real stupid. I remember that round 1 specifically has a really awful coin placement. Yeah, I like this video, and this video did pretty well. So that was a well-needed confidence boost, I think, because, you know, my channel was not doing too well in January and February. So definitely was nice. Fixing RobTop level sync. So this was, again, I'm out here trying to just milk the RobTop levels like a gold cow. The idea is basically that when you play the RobTop levels, you know, the clicks don't sync 100% of the time. So you play Can't Let Go and it's like, you know, it doesn't sync exactly. So I wanted to make it so it was like, like I wanted to make it sync better. It's like a fine idea. I don't think that honestly, I think the video idea is like okay. I don't think that I did a very good job, honestly. Could have been a better video. I don't think it was edited super well either. I don't think that it performed... Oh, it actually did perform pretty well. It has almost 100,000 views now. I don't know how it performed in the short term. Okay, it got 22,000 views on the first day, so that was about... That was still above average for me back then. So this video did fine, but it fell off pretty quickly. I mean, by the end of the first week, we're talking 600 views per day, so it fell off very fast. It is, like I said, it's at almost 100,000 views now, but that has been a very slow burn. When you remember that this video has been out for 11 months, so it had 11 months to get that many views. Making a 1.0 styled level. So I'm kind of sad this video didn't do better. This video did not do great. It has a lot of views kind of now, but you know, when I made this video originally, it didn't do very well. So basically the idea was very simple, is that I basically had a layout that I wanted to make into a full level. Originally I actually wanted it to be decorated. Someone started decorating it and then dropped out, so I was like, well, okay then. So I decided to just give up and just make it a 1.0 level because I don't know how to decorate. So yeah, so the video idea was basically that. It was me turning a layout into a 1.0 styled level. Not a 1.0 level, because there's green orbs, there's red orbs, there's moving objects. It is 1.0 styled. It is a classic looking level. A lot of you guys out there don't seem to understand the difference between a 1.0 level and a 1.0 styled level. 1.0 levels have like 4 different kinds of blocks, no moving objects, like no color triggers. 1.0 styled levels look like 1.0 levels, but they use other things. Overall, I like how the level was turning out. The video is kind of mid. I don't know. I was sort of, I don't know. This is sort of like the Dark Ages. Like there was a lot of videos back to back that I think were kind of just painfully average. I don't think they were necessarily bad, but I also don't think they were great. So I don't know. This video's fine, but I'm sorry to the couple people out there that wanted me to continue this level. I have continued a little bit of it in my spare time, but I don't intend to make any more videos on it because it just didn't do all that well. RobTop levels with accurate hitboxes. So this is, again, another idea that I don't think is all that great. It sounds good on paper, but in reality, I don't think it was that great of a video. The idea is basically I was just going to take some RobTop levels and give them accurate hitboxes. So I would accuratize the spikes. I think in Fingerdash I tried to accurate hitbox the fireballs that come up at the end of the ship part. And yeah, I mean, the ending result was fine, I guess, but honestly, making accurate hitboxes is so irritating that I couldn't be bothered to do more than like a small snippet of the level. And also, the accurate hitboxes in Fingerdash don't even rotate properly. They just stay the way that they are. So, not the greatest end result, but overall, again, the video's fine. It's just another one of those average ones. This is not one of the videos that I'd like recommend people watch if they've missed some of my videos this year. The ball only level. So I actually like this this idea. Basically the idea is that the ball game mode is personally my favorite game mode overall, right? Like it's my favorite game mode to both build and play for. Like they both average out nicely. I think cube gameplay is like okay to me, but I think that cube sections tend to be a lot more annoying. I think that ball gameplay is both fun to build, and ball sections and levels also tend to be pretty fun to play. So I wanted to try and build a level using only the ball. So each section I would try to think of some gimmick for that section I could do that is still the ball, but makes it feel a little bit more fresh, hopefully. This level also uses the offset dual bug, meaning that it's impossible in 2.2. So it'll live on in our memories, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I think the video is fine, and the end result I think is pretty decent. Very jank, but decent. Alright, so active part 2. So this was basically me and Tride, we're DMing and we were like, hey, this video did pretty well. You know, what if we do a part 2? Part 2 did not perform nearly as well. I guess that the active thing was just destined to be a one and done. I've been very tempted to go back and finish the level on my own, but not in a video even, just build it for fun, because I like active, I like the level. Yeah, so I don't know if it was just that the title wasn't so good the second time around, or if the thumbnail wasn't great, or if I just released it at a bad time. But yeah, active part 2, paled in comparison to the original. It did not do very well. I don't, let me see how well it did on Tride's channel, because I don't actually remember. So his video, his second part did better than mine with 43K views. But his still didn't do nearly as well as the first part. His first part got 175K views, his second part got 43K. My first part got like 300,000 views. My second part has 20,000 now. So definitely did not do as well. I don't know. A lesser Sdslayer years ago would probably be ashamed to talk about this video because it did so badly and it was a collab. But no, I mean, I like this video a lot still. I think the level is still very good, and I still had a really fun time, you know, recording it with Tride. It's unfortunate that, you know, it didn't do as well, but, I don't know. I mean, some ideas are just doomed to be one-offs. This kind of thing is kind of the reason that I don't really do series all that much. Tride is very well versed with series, because he's done like the active level, the gimmick level, Kratos, like all this stuff. I don't think I've ever really done a series. The closest thing I've done to a series is the updating RobTop coins thing, which we'll get to, because I think I've done 3 videos on that. But yeah, I've never done a creating series where I just make a bunch of videos on one level. I might try that with 2.2. We'll see how they perform. If they don't do well, then I don't know. Maybe series just aren't in the cards for me. Can I build a good RobTop level? So this video idea is very simple. Basically, I basically wanted to take a level's gimmick, right? So I would try to take a level's gimmick and build another level that introduces it equally as well. Because honestly, you can hate on Time Machine all you want, and you can hate on the Mirror Portal all you want. But Time Machine does a very good job at introducing the Mirror Portal, in my opinion, because it launches you up, you're on a nice flat area, you go through the Mirror Portal, and you still have a good amount of time to react. So I wanted to try and take a couple of level gimmicks, like the Mirror Portal, the UFO, the Wave, whatever, and see if I could build a good RobTop level in the sense that it introduces those mechanics equally as well. So it's different songs, they're still RobTop styled levels, and they introduce the same gimmicks. That was basically the idea. I don't know how well this video did, actually. It did not do very good at all. To be fair, I think that the thumbnail could have been better. But yeah, I mean, even in the first day, this video was below average on the first day. It didn't got less than 10,000 views, had 12,000 in the first week. So I was sort of falling back on that whole, you know, oh, if it has 10,000 views in the first week, then it's not a waste of time. But it's very hard to keep that mindset when YouTube is throwing a giant gray arrow in your face. So, yeah, I mean, I think the video idea is good, but I think that the title and thumbnail could have been better. And, I mean, the editing probably isn't, like, that great. Creating fake GD speedruns. So I'm a little bit surprised this video didn't do more well. I guess speedrunning is kind of a niche thing. Not a whole lot of people know or care about it. The idea for this is basically just I was gonna think of random speedrun categories. So like speedrun to like block 50 people, or like die in a certain way on like Hexagon Force or something weird like that. I like the video idea. I took some suggestions from my friends, so it was fun to like sort of incorporate my friends. But yeah, I mean, I think the video is decent, but it didn't perform super well. So yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this one. I mean, I think it's a funnier video. I think it's one of my funnier videos. It's just not edited super well. I think the pacing is a little bit off sometimes, but oh well. So this will be Geometry 2.2 in 2014. It's probably my best title out of the entire year. But it was technically another quick 2.2 like view grab. But this idea spawned so spontaneously. I was just in a call with my friends, and I found this, like, I don't even remember where I found it, but there was this like fake like 2.2 like Sub-Zero unlock whatever like game. And it had, like, weird, like, levels and stuff, and I don't know, like, it was just a video of me just, like, having my mind be blown at this, like, random 2.2 game. I think it's a funny video, and I I think that it has a funny ending, but I mean, honestly, I'm not really surprised this video did poorly. It performed pretty well in the first day, but it fell off very quickly, as a lot of these videos have. But it was fun. It was fun to just sort of hang out with my friends. So it's got a very casual vibe. There's not a ton of editing, cause it's kind of just friends hanging out, talking about a weird GD game. So, you know, if you're into that kind of vibe, you know, maybe check it out. You might enjoy this one. I don't know. Fixing my old levels. So the concept here is very simple. I had a couple of old bad levels that have questionable gameplay, and I decided to go back and fix them. So I think, again, this video didn't perform super well because I don't think people really care about my old levels. I don't know, there's not a lot to say about it. Like, this video is kind of a nothing burger from what I remember. It's kind of just me, like, clowning on my younger self for the whole time. It's just me like, man, these old levels by me sure do suck, don't they? And that's kind of it. I mean, it's like a fine video, I guess, but I feel like only an avid Sdslayer enjoyer would probably have any interest in watching it. And if that's the case, they probably already have watched it. So, yeah, moving on. Top 10 worst extreme demons, Sdslayer 100 GD. This video performed very badly, and I'm fine with that because I made this video in like an hour. So this was my April Fool's video. The idea was that I wanted to make a video and edit it like one of my old videos from like 2018, 2019, even down to the thumbnail style with like the colorful like text and all that, and it's like a billion different colors. Because all my video thumbnails used to just look like that. So yeah, I thought it'd be a funny thing. Didn't have my voice in it. It was just text on a screen. The fact that it performed so badly almost makes me think that people maybe didn't get the joke, which is fair enough, I guess. But yeah, that was the idea behind this video. It was an April Fool's video. It was just me listing off 10 demons and why they suck. It wasn't even serious. It wasn't even like a serious list. Like I just picked like, oh, this is a funny level that I could make fun of. Building a level with every object in geometry. So this is a video idea that I thought would do well. I thought it was a cool title idea. However, the video itself was kind of a disaster. So the idea is very simple. I was like, I want to try and make a video, or I want to try and make a level that uses every object, every single object, even if it's only one time, every single object. I think I wanted it to be one time. So every object gets one chance, right? I ended up not even getting through that many. I recorded for like an hour and a half, and I was like maybe 5% of the way done. So I think I literally just gave up. And yeah, video idea good on paper, did very badly. It was a very messy recording session, and the video itself did pretty badly. I've seen some other people actually do this idea, and most of the time it seems to not perform super well for them either, so I'm starting to think that this idea is just a bad idea. I don't know. But, yeah, so I thought it was good on paper, not great in practice. Building the worst auto level. So this was a well-needed break. Basically, the idea is just that. I've made an auto level that has, like, disgusting gameplay. It didn't even work properly on 60 Hertz. And it did very well. It was a very well-needed breath of fresh air. Because I thought my channel was dead in the ground. And nope, not yet. I had some life in me still. So I like this level. I think that the end result is pretty goofy. I haven't actually even tried it on 2.2, so I wonder if it even works. But yeah, I like this video. I think the video idea is good, and I think I had a lot of fun recording it. So Yep. Okay, so the complete history of Geometry Dash whatever. Fun fact, can you tell that this is a ChatGPT title? It is. I gave ChatGPT the synopsis, and I was like, because I had these concepts, or I had the concepts of like, it's the history, and I ranked the updates. How do I cram these both into one title? Because I was thinking of like ranking every update in GD, but it wasn't just that. It was also me talking about what they did and like what they added. In fact, I wonder if I can find the exact conversation. Well, I can't find it, but yeah, but I know that I was having a hard time with the title, so I got that from ChatGPT. So the video idea for this one's very simple. I basically went through every major and minor bug fix update in GD, and I talked about them, and I ranked on 3 criteria. I think it was features, like impact or something, and like wait time, or enhancement. I think that's what it was, not impact. So features, I think, not impact. So it was basically, I just ranked the updates on that criteria. And yeah, I mean, I feel like this video would probably do pretty well, because it's just got an intriguing title. I feel like, you know, the complete history of GD, every update ranked, you know, there's a lot going on there. But at the end of the day, it's just my opinion, so, you know. Is it snowing? Oh my god. That's crazy. Anywho. Alright, so this video was one of my worst performing, but it's a silly idea. Geometry, but if you jump, you die. So basically, one of my friends, the same one from the blindfolded GD video, he made this level like years ago called If You Jump, You Die, which is literally just blank level, and there's some text that says like jump, and if you jump, this like massive spike thing in the floor comes up and kills you. And we found it hilarious. So we decided to just make a bunch of sequels to it. We made like 6 of them, and I just made a video on that because I thought it was funny. Again, this is something that only a true Sdslayer fan would probably care about, because it's not a super intriguing idea, but it is funny. Building a platform, a puzzle level. So the idea behind this video was just that. I basically there was this guy, I forget what his name was, but he made like a mega hack plugin for Juniper a while ago or something, and I asked him for that plugin, and he was like, "Oh, sure, and you want this other one too, which is like a platform mode thing." So it was literally a hack that puts platform mode in 2.1, and so I used that hack to make a puzzle level, and I had like 2 of my friends play it, and I liked this video a lot. I think the level is pretty fun. Fun fact: it doesn't work in 2.2's platform mode because the wave is disabled by default, so, and you need mega hack to unlock it. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I think the level's pretty good. I think the video was pretty funny, and I think it's edited pretty well, honestly. This is honestly one of the, this was a video that like I just felt really good about when I was uploading it. Like it felt great to have this video perform well, because when I was uploading it, I was like, this is a good video. This is a really good video. I like this video. One attempt on every demon SpaceUK hacked. So the idea, very simple. Basically, there's like a super long laundry list of levels that SpaceUK hacked, and I went through them in alphabetical order, and I gave like 1 or 2 attempts on them. This video actually performed really well for the first like day and a half, maybe, and then it very quickly flatlined. My suspicion for that is because this video, I think it was unintentionally kind of clickbait. The thumbnail is like Space's icon rotate a little bit, and the text hacked everything at the top and bottom, which I think is a really raw thumbnail. But I feel like I feel like a lot of people probably saw that thumbnail and thought that it was like a documentary about SpaceUK or something, or it was like a video about everything that he did. And then when they saw that it was just some goober playing all the levels that he hacked, they very quickly lost interest. So I think the video's fine, but yeah, it had a very weird performance. Building an impossible level with huge hitboxes. Alright, so this level, or video, both, I guess. The idea with this one was basically I would use the Mega Hack Hitbox Multiplier Hack, which lets you make hitboxes bigger or smaller. And I would just make a level with them. And I think it's kind of a goofy idea. It didn't do super well because I think the idea is kind of niche. I don't feel like it's very intuitive to a lot of people. Not my worst video, but there's not a whole lot to say about it. Sort of falls into that category of like weird middle ground videos that I kind of made just to have something. So. Updating more RobTop coins. So this video obviously didn't do as well as the first one, but I think that it did still do pretty well. Not a whole lot to say about it, really. I mean, people wanted it. It had been like 4 or 5 months at this time, so I thought, sure. And yeah, I mean, it's the same concept. I just updated the next couple levels, because in the first video, I think I only got through like the first 7. So I did like 4 more in this video. So yeah, pretty good video, pretty similar, I guess. Creating a level where everything moves. So this video, I was actually surprised this video did so well. I really wasn't expecting it to. I guess the concept is kind of appealing. I think the level turned out pretty well from it. Basically, the idea is just a level where literally everything moves. Everything has a move trigger attached to it. The platforms bounce up, the spikes fade in at the bottom, whatever. Everything moves. That's literally the whole idea. I think the level turned out pretty well. And yeah, it's also really funny too, because I made a version of the level where nothing moves. It was very silly. So yeah, I like this video. I think the editing on this one I was pretty content with. I think I tried a little bit more, because I think school was starting to wind down a little bit, so I could afford to spend a little bit more time on the editing. What is wrong with my hair? Featured tab roulette. Oh man, this video was a travesty. This is the worst video, the worst performing video I made this year. The Allegiance one is the worst one I've made since I've come back to YouTube. This is the worst performing one from this year. The idea was that I made a little Python program that would it basically let me do the extreme demon roulette, except on the first 10 pages of the featured tab. So, you know, it would just give me a random like page and level number, and I'd type my percentage. You know, if I got too much percentage, it would bump me up a lot, and it would give me a score. And yeah, so I think that the only reason that I ended up not finishing it is just because I happened to get like an insane demon or something. I think it was Wolsey's level actually that ended my run. So yeah, I mean this video's, I think this video is fine. I'm still surprised that it got so few views, but I mean, maybe it's just a confusing title. I think the thumbnail isn't super great. That probably could have used some work, but I don't know. I didn't think this one was too bad, honestly, but building a pick-a-path level. Alright, so this one I think did pretty well. I was all over the place when I was recording this one, because it's, I mean, a pick-path level, you can imagine, it's the kind of level that it's very easy to sort of get lost in. I had to keep a lot of stuff straight in my head. It was very, very mentally taxing, because I was trying to keep track of like all the different paths I can do and everything. And I ended up still missing one, actually, by the way. If you actually play that level, when you exit out of the wave part, there's 3 exits out of the wave part, top, middle, and bottom. The top and middle one have nothing. The bottom one is the only one that actually has any gameplay attached to it. The top and middle one, you just fall down to the bottom path. That is not intentional game design. That was an error. But yeah, I mean, you know, idea is very simple. It's a pick-a-path level. There's just orbs everywhere. You can go wherever you want. I honestly think the level, even though it's pretty haphazardly thrown together, I actually think the level is pretty impressive, because honestly I've had a bunch of people play it And it actually is crazy how, like, even when you think you're about to die, you actually can just land somewhere and just get back into the level. So I think that, you know, even though the level's not, like, great, it is a pick-a-path level. You know, it is, there's definitely a lot of ways to go about doing it. So when is update 2.2 coming out? Well, this was one of my many incorrect predictions about 2.2's release date. So this video, as you can tell by its extended title, is basically an analysis of the third sneak peek, the one that shows off the tower, the full platformer level. It's not anything that crazy, honestly. I just went over everything that we see in the third sneak peek, and then I went through each of the months iteratively and how good I thought of a candidate they were for the release date. So I made this video in May. So I went over May, June, July, August, and September, and I went through each of them, and I gave my thoughts on why I think they'd be a good or bad release month. Now, you will notice I did not go through December, because in May, I thought there was no chance it would take that long. The thing is because RobTop had said like in like March or something that he was gonna release another sneak peek, right? Another sneak peek, and then right after he does that, the next step is to release the update. So sneak peek 3 came out, and I was like, holy crap! All that's left now is to release the update. We're going into summertime. It's the end of May. This thing has got to come out over the summer, right? 2.2 is coming out in like July or August or something. Personally, I was a big fan of a June release date, a big fan of a July release date. I would have been fine with May, but I thought it was too close, so it was impossible. Not a fan of August, not a fan of September, not a fan of October. All things considered, I think the release date we got was actually pretty good. I had been saying for a hot minute that I would almost rather him just delay it to Christmas time, because then I'd be on my winter break, which is exactly what happened. But yeah, honestly, this video was the first one that I think really catapulted me into, I guess you could say, like, the era that I'm in now. Like, this was the first video, man, I'm like a shadow creature, Jesus. This video didn't even like get like a crazy amount of views, but I got a lot of subscribers from it. Like, I got like 500 in the first day. So this video, I would say, really catapulted me into the growth period that I'm in now, where I'm gaining like 300-400 subs a day. Because before this point, in early 2023, I was gaining like 200 a day on a good day. 200 a day was like, wow, that's a good day. But now, you know, I mean, I can gain anywhere from 300 to like 1,500 in one day. I actually just had my most recent, like, biggest sub growth day, like a couple days ago, when I released my RobTop level platformer thing, which got me like 1,200 subs in one day, which was crazy. So, but I think this is what started that, because the day I uploaded this video, I got like 1,000 subs in a day, which I had like unheard of for me at the time. Still pretty unheard of, but yeah, I mean, I don't even think the video's like that crazy, but 2.2 is crazy. Roasting every list demon. So the idea here is very simple. I went through the main list, first top 75 levels on the demon list, and I took one thing about them to like pick on or make fun of. Some of them are kind of serious, some of them aren't. Video did pretty well. I think everyone knows about the demon list, and I think that roasting is like a really good word. It's not a word that I feel like you see in videos or video titles very often. So I think that it definitely worked well here. Obviously, this video is hella out of date now because the demon list changes every 15 seconds, but that's why I put a date in the video, so I could say like it's accurate as of this date. But I mean, yeah, I like this video. It was tedious to edit and record because I had to go get videos of all 75 of the main list demons, but actually, like, recording it, Honestly, editing it was the easiest part because it was very repetitive. I would just cut a part for the video. I would put the text up in the top or whatever, and that was really it. Recording it was the most annoying thing because I had to write up, I had to watch the videos, I had to write up like a thing that I could pick on, and then I had to get video of all the demons and whatever. But I'm happy with the video. 100 People Control My Editor was a video that I liked a lot. I still like it a lot. I think it's a very fun video. Basically, the idea was I had a Python program that would read inputs from the chat, from my YouTube chat, kind of like the Twitch Plays Pokemon thing, except this one could control my GD editor. All it was really doing was moving my mouse around to different buttons. However, something I did not factor is that my code would break when, like, me and my friends tried to stress test it, but we didn't factor in that it would actually just break when too many people used it. So there were some funny moments that spawned from that, but a lot of people actually did point out in the comments that it seemed very Doug inspired, which it was. I was kind of on a Doug binge at the time. And I think it's a fun video. It didn't do very well, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to fit that kind of a concept into a title and thumbnail all that well. I think I did about as well as I could with the title and thumbnail, but I think that this kind of content is just not really in my wheelhouse. But I do have another idea for YouTube chat stuff in the future. Alternate universe RobTop levels. So the idea for this one's very simple. Basically, there was a Newgrounds thread a long time ago where RobTop was asking, actually, in like early 2013, he was saying like, I need mobile dev requesting like game music, and you know, people like Waterflame. Actually, I don't think Waterflame replied, but like DJVI and like Step and Forever Bound were like all in the thread. But there were also some other people there too that were like, would this song work? And RobTop was like, no, thank you though, I appreciate it. It's not exactly the vibe I'm going for. So basically my idea was that I took 3 of the songs from that thread and made RobTop style levels out of them, you know, alternate universe. Like in an alternate universe, what if RobTop had used these songs, you know? I'm happy with how the levels turned out, actually. I think they're pretty decent. The video, it did fine in retrospect. It's at 100,000 views now, but it actually didn't do very good initially. It only got 17,000 views in the first day when I was kind of expecting it to get like 30 or 40,000. But I'm still happy with this. I'm actually glad that it eventually got up to 100,000 views. That is that makes me smile, makes me happy. My mom names the top 50 extreme demons. So this one is another funny video. You know, it's got my mom in it, so it's bound to be funny. Basically, I sat her down in front of the demon list. I showed her videos of the top 50 extreme demons on the list, and I just made her think of a name. So a lot of times the level names had to do with just like a descriptor of the level, which is fine. But sometimes she did go kind of all out. I think the highlight of that video is the Poo Cubed incident, where she like looked at the level and thought it was like so cute looking, and she said like, oh, Mother's Day, oh, I love this, it's called Mother's Day. And I showed her, and there's like 3 seconds of really perfect silence that I love, and she's just like, I don't understand, like, and I love that part. I was losing it when I was editing that part. So I love this video. I mean, it's with my mom, it's very fun. So yeah, I think this one is another good one. Reversing RobTop levels. So basically this is sort of a rehash of an idea that I did a really long time ago, where I basically flipped around RobTop levels and then modified the gameplay to make them work. I actually did this a super long time ago, maybe like 2017. But I lost the levels for them, so I was like, I guess I'll just do it again. I think the video idea is good. I feel like it's hard to get across the concept and the title that it's not just me like taking a video of the levels and flipping them around. That I'm actually reversing levels in the editor and then making them actually work. I feel like that concept's a little hard to get across. I don't know, though. I mean, the point must have gotten across somewhat because the video did fine. So building Limbo from memory. So this video is kind of a travesty. So I will explain more about this tragedy in a video or two from now. Basically, though, I had to make this video on a laptop because my computer wasn't working. And it's really unfortunate because my computer literally broke the day that I was supposed to upload a new video. So I had to go an extra day without uploading, buy a laptop, and then record something on that and edit it in like the same day. I think the video idea is not that bad, honestly. I think that the video idea is fine. But for some reason, the laptop, my mic, doesn't sound very good on the laptop. I don't know why. I think it also has something to do with the fact that I was using a noise canceling thing to try and cancel out the sound of the laptop fan, which is incredibly loud. So what I did is I took my audio, my voice, extracted the audio track from that video, and then put it through an Adobe AI audio enhancer to try and make it sound better. So technically the audio in this video isn't even my actual voice. It is an AI like reconstruction of my voice. I just thought it was the best solution, honestly. Like, it's kind of weird, but this was unfortunate. So, I mean, this video didn't do very well, and I wasn't really expecting it to, honestly. Using toggle orbs in a level. Again, honestly, I don't even know what I was thinking with this title. I probably should have titled it something like, you know, abusing toggle orbs, or putting, like, using too many toggle orbs, or using a ton of toggle orbs or something. I don't know, like, just saying using toggle orbs in a level, like, yeah, people do that. Again, this was the second of 2 videos that I had to record on this stupid laptop. It has the same issues as the first one. Again, this time I think the video idea isn't really that great, but it is what it is. I was really upset because my computer had been broken, and honestly, I don't think that these videos performing so badly was doing anything to help me. So, yeah, this whole thing was a mess. Who can place the best coins? Okay, so the idea for this one is basically I made a small layout, like 20-ish seconds or so. Made it very open, not super constrictive, and then I gave the layout to a couple of people and had them try to place coins in it. And then I gave all of the coin layouts to Colin to have him judge them, because Colin's the coin guy. This was a huge collab. I had a super fun time doing this. It was a little bit stressful organizing it, but actually recording the parts of everyone was super fun. There's a Tride, Moldy, Vortrox, Woolsey, and Colin. And it's really the first time that I had collabed with a lot of them on a formal scale. Me and Tride had done active. I think I had been in one of Moldy's videos up to this point. But Vortrox, Woolsey, and Colin haven't done anything with. I've actually been friends with Colin for the better part of like 5 or 6 years now. But we've never really done anything YouTube related, so I thought it was super cool to, you know, have him on a video. I thought it was super fun. This is again with the whole networking thing, you know. I had never even talked to Vortrox before. Woolsey always kind of intimidated me. I don't really know why. He just kind of seemed like, I don't know. Like, we were about the same. No, he was a bit bigger than me still, maybe by like 10 or 15k. But we were close to the same size by this point, and I don't know. I think I just felt like I would be like wasting his time, and he'd get like annoyed at me. But yeah, no, I mean, it was super fun. It did take a while to get back and forth with Woolsey. Tride was down super easy. Moldy was down super easy. I think Vortrox was a little confused by the idea at first, but he was down afterwards. Colin seemed a little bit apprehensive at first, but he was down to judge them. Woolsey, I think our back and forth took like a month, But the video turned out great, in my opinion. The only downside is Colin's audio levels are a little bit off, which is why, from now on, I split audio tracks. So if I ever need to adjust audio from, like, only Discord, but not my mic, I can do that. Because, yeah, there are some parts where his mic is really loud, and I couldn't really do much about it, other than quiet him down, but then you can't hear me. So the issue is, this video is... I was making this video in early June, grinded it out in like I made a bunch of progress on one day, but then I grinded the rest of it out all in one night. And I finished it at like 4 in the morning, or like 3 in the morning or something. And I went to render it, and I came back, and my computer had crashed. Now, my computer had been having problems for a little bit, right? Like, it would crash whenever I'd play certain kinds of games. Like, my screen would glitch out. I have pictures that I can put on screen. My screen would glitch out, and I would just have to reset it. Or sometimes it would just glitch out and then crash on its own and then restart. And I was like, this is really annoying, but whatever. But I started rendering it, went to go make something to eat or something like that, came back, and it had crashed. And I was like, well, that's annoying as hell. So I turned my computer back on, did it again, and it crashed again. And I was like, what is going on here? And then it loaded up into like Windows recovery mode. And I was like, okay, let's restart the computer. And then it got into this awful loop of like crashing on startup. Like, I couldn't even get to the login screen anymore. It was really terrifying because I was like, dear God, I hope I didn't just lose like everything. So what happened is, I don't even know what the problem ended up being, but I took it in to a repair place, explained my problem. I was like, please try your best to like preserve the data on the hard drive. I need to make sure that I don't lose this if I can help it. So after like 6 days, which is why I had to buy a laptop, and I made the last 2 videos while this was being fixed, which is why it was so unfortunate, because I literally finished the video, was rendering it, and was going to upload it the next day, and then my computer broke. So I got it back a bunch of days later, and they said, like, we backed it up with OneDrive, we did all this, whatever. I opened up the computer, saw the file still there, and I was like, oh, cool, so did it save? Opened it up, and it was a super early version of the video file. It was like a bunch of basically all my progress from the first session was there, but almost everything that I had done the night that it crashed was undone. And I was like, you're joking, right? There was a saving grace, though. I had uploaded an early version that same night as a member perk, an early release member perk. So I was able to download the member perk video and use that as a baseline. So basically, all the jump cuts were there, which is good because that's the most annoying part. But all of like the extra edits, like the sound effects, the pictures, the memes, whatever the hell, all of that was gone. So I had the video with the jump cuts, and I actually still had all of the pictures. I had all the assets still, all the pictures and sound effects, everything was still there. I just had to basically re-put it together. It's basically like if you have like... It's like if you have like a brick wall, and it's all knocked down, right? All the bricks are still there, but I just have to put them back in the right order, right? In fact, imagine if the bricks are numbered. Like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the bricks are numbered. All you have to do is stack them in the right order again. I had all the jump cuts. I had all the assets. I just had to shove the assets back in the right places. Very lucky. This video was very close to not coming out for like another like 2 weeks probably. And maybe even longer, because I was super demotivated. I was so lucky that this happened, and I'm so glad that things turned out the way that they did, because this video is basically the one that pushed me over 100,000. I got like 1,000 subs in a day from this video alone. This video's reception was crazy. I'm glad that everyone enjoyed it. It was a super fun video. Very stressful journey uploading it, but it was very fun, and I had a lot of fun recording it, and I'm really glad that you guys seem to like it, so thank you very much for that. Extending Fingerdash with AI. Okay, so this one is fun. Basically, I took the song for Fingerdash, I took a Fingerdash MIDI and stuck it into like an AI audio extender. Took the best ones, made an extended Fingerdash AI, and built some gameplay. Unfortunate thing about this one, I was trying to decorate it in Fingerdash style, but my game crashed because GD is a super well-made game. And I lost like most of the decoration. It wasn't a ton, but I lost like a whole part, which was really unfortunate. And I was like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna upload it. Video still did pretty well, I'd say. And a man by the name of Souls actually took it upon himself to take the layout version and redecorate it, which I thought was super cool. That was super sick, and the level looks awesome. He gave it to me to upload, and it's on my account if you wanted to check it out. But yeah, I think he did a great job on that, and I think it was very sick. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this video and the reception. Building a perfect sync layout. So OG Sdslayer viewers will remember the ultimate sync layout that I made in 2019. It was like my first like viral quote-unquote video. It got me like all the way from like 47,000 like to 50,000, like basically on its own. That video did super well, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it again. I didn't expect it to go viral the same way that I did with like the Fingerdash video at the start. I thought it would do well still, but I was doing it as sort of like an homage, you know, because I uploaded this video exactly 4 years after the original sync layout, so I thought that was kind of a cool callback. And I mainly also wanted to do it because the original sync layout, it's not that great, honestly. It doesn't really sync with some parts. It's not the best. It syncs with weird parts of the song. Like a lot of times it syncs with the drum beat, so it's less of a sync layout and more of like a metronome. So I tried to remedy that in this video, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with the level. I think it syncs a lot better, and I like the video, so I'm pretty happy with it. Building an asymmetric duel. So this video is fun. The idea is just that. I tried to build an asymmetric duel. You may or may not know this about me. I don't like asymmetric duels. I don't like playing them. I don't like building them. I don't like learning them. I think they're annoying. So it was a fun challenge. The duel ended up not being possible, I think, unless it was in... The only way that I was able to do it is to make it 2-player mode and then use the mega hack thing for force 2-player, like, same inputs, so clicking would affect both of them. Because I built it, because dual mode functions differently in the editor than in normal mode with the gravity. In the editor, the two icons could have the same gravity. Even like the ship and the wave could have the same gravity or whatever. But when I went like normal mode, like it didn't work. That one of them was forced into the other gravity, and I was like, cool, this level's just impossible then. So I don't know. Very annoying thing to do, but I don't know. I think the video is fine, but the level is kind of meh. Can you spot the hack geometry gameplay? Okay, so I'm actually very proud of this video. I think this video is a really cool idea. Basically, there were like 10 stages where I would show 2 snippets of gameplay of basically the same level. So 2 videos of like the same level. But one of them was hacked in some way and one of them wasn't. And the viewer, you know, you had to try and guess what was hacked about it. Was it speed hack? Was it no clip? Was it like botted? Was it, you know, whatever. Some of the hack methods were kind of weird, but I had to think of 10 of them, so cut me some slack. I think this video is really sick. I'm really happy that I thought of the idea because I think that it's very cool, and I think it turned out really well. And how well did it do? It did fine. It only has 80,000 views right now, but I think that it did do good initially. I think it probably maybe had like 40,000 or 50,000 in the first couple days, so pretty good. If RobTop levels are memory levels. Okay, so this is another one of those ideas that I think is good on paper, but it was kind of just boring in practice, and it didn't do super well. Basically, the idea was just I took like 2 or 3 RobTop levels, and I just put like orbs and stuff everywhere. I just made it a memory level, altered the gameplay a little bit. I don't remember if I used like 2.1 stuff in like not 2.1 levels. Maybe I did. I don't remember if I was like advancing the features, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing really special about this one. I feel like the commentary was pretty bland because I was getting bored pretty early in. So yeah, I mean, this one's like a C- in my opinion. It's not super great. Reviewing Geometry's achievements. So this is an idea that I actually had in like January last year, and I was just waiting until I had time to make it. I was also debating about how I wanted to do it. I didn't know if I wanted to make it scripted. I didn't know if I wanted to make it like an unscripted thing where I just kind of like make fun of them. I didn't know if I wanted to try and fix them and like suggest new achievements. So yeah, basically the idea of this was basically I just talked about some problems with achievements. I think too, I didn't know if I wanted to talk about the worst achievements. But I decided eventually to just talk about all of them. So I went over a bunch of the different kinds of achievements and different things you have to do to get those achievements, like jumping, attempts, beating levels, beating demons, getting stars, getting coins, whatever. And I talked about, you know, the good and the bad of them. I think this is a really good topic, and it performed pretty well as a result of that. Very happy with this video. The editing's kind of jank, but I think that's kind of just how it is with all my scripted videos, because I'm not really that great at like cinematic documentary style editing. But for what it's worth, I'm happy with this video, and I'm glad that it did well. RobTop levels and other styles. So this one, I feel like this one's idea is maybe a little bit confusing. Basically, I just took a couple of GD levels and like palette swapped them. So I took like Fingerdash's like layout and I decorated like Hexagon Force. I think this video is good in concept, in practice. I think that it's a good idea, but I think that I was getting demotivated while recording because I think I was starting to think that the levels didn't really look that good. So I was starting to get pretty demotivated to continue recording. I had some people telling me that that's mostly because of the background, because I had like the default background or something for Fingerdash when Fingerdash does not look very good with the default background. It kind of needs the cavern background or whatever you call it. Overall, I think this video is like a decent concept, but I feel like I kind of flopped with it, so oh well, it happens. Fixing RobTop's mistakes in official levels. So the concept of this one is kind of bare bones. I don't really know how, I mean, I guess I manage, but I don't really think this is a great idea to make into a full video. Basically, the idea is that in some of RobTop's official levels, he's just like made minor errors. Like he'll miss like a spike here and there for no reason, or he'll misalign a block or something. So the idea was literally just to go through some of them and fix those. I think this is a fine-ish idea on paper, but the thing is I think I went into this a little bit over my head. I definitely should have planned these out ahead of time, like which ones I was gonna go fix, because I ended up like completely missing some as well. I'm as bad as RobTop. Yeah, I just completely missed a couple of them apparently. Some that are like pretty obvious. So yeah, I think I thought of this idea and was like, this is a cool idea. Record without like really thinking about it, like I probably should have. Building a level in every update. So this is an idea that I thought was cool, but I think the idea might have gotten a little bit lost in translation because the title isn't super concise. Basically, I think I gave myself like 10 minutes for each version, and every 10 minutes I would increase the version I was building in. So I'd do 1.0 for like 10 minutes, and then I would upgrade to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and by the end I had like 10 minutes to do 2.0, and then I'd have 10 minutes to try and do something in 2.1, even though 2.1 is very complicated. I'm actually pretty happy with how the level turned out. I think the level's pretty sick, but yeah, this video didn't do super well. I'm not 100% sure why. Again, I think that maybe the thumbnail's not great, and I think the title is a little confusing, but they're not all winners. What can I say? How good are GD YouTubers at Minecraft? So this is the only non-GD video I made this year. Because basically after I hit 100,000 subscribers, I started trying to grind for YouTube rank. So I was streaming GD, and then at the end of the streams I would tack on, you know, an hour of Minecraft sometimes. And I have it now. Haven't streamed Minecraft in like 2 months though, so I probably should do that again sometime soon before I lose YouTube rank. But yeah, so I made this just to, you know, help grind for YouTube rank, and it was super fun. I just grabbed a couple of GD people and we played a game or two of Bed Wars. I played one game against each person and one game with each person on like a team in a public game. And I did games with Tride, Moldy, Vortrox, and Juniper. So I think it was pretty fun. Again, I think it's sort of the same thing with the whole like I like collabs to try and network a little bit, because, you know, this wasn't even GD. It was for a video, but I mean at the end of the day, I mean we were kind of just hanging out playing Minecraft. So yeah, it's fine. It's pretty awesome. Building Electrodynamix 2. So this is kind of similar to my extending RobTop levels thing. It's a little bit different. Basically, I just took the Electrodynamix 2 song, the song that DJ Nate made called Electrodynamix 2, and I built a more modernized version of Electrodynamix with it. The gameplay is still very Electrodynamix in nature, but I tried to incorporate 2.1 elements, so, you know, red orbs and different game modes like the spider. I actually worked with someone to have this level decorated, and I think it looks sick because it still looks like Electrodynamix, but it's got some very, you know, it's got 2.0 and 2.1 elements in, like moving objects, you know, some moving objects here and there, some cool pulsing stuff, you know. And I think that the decorate level looks really sick. It's sadly not rated, even though I think it honestly probably could be star rate worthy. I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this video. Building a slope only level. So this video, the video idea is very simple. It's that I had to try and make janky gameplay using only slopes. The level turned out fine, I guess. I feel like I went into this thinking there were gonna be like so many creative possibilities, but there really weren't. Like, I feel like I was running out of ideas pretty quickly for stuff to put in these levels. So I don't know. I mean, I think the video idea is good, but I couldn't run with it. I kind of was just getting bored midway through, so I think the video suffered as a result, and I don't think this video performed all that well because of that. Oh wow, this video actually did perform decently. Well, okay, so it got 23,000 views in the first day, but over time it's gotten up to 90,000, so I don't know. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Are all old genie levels bad? So this video was basically, I went through some old levels. I think that they were all in map packs. I think there was a bunch of old map pack levels, and I was trying to investigate the claim about whether every old genie level was bad, or maybe I was playing. Hold on. Okay, so the idea was that because map pack levels suck so much, I basically took some creators that are popular now, and I went back to their old levels to see, you know, where did the great people start from, and to see if all old G levels are bad, or if the map packs are like a rare exception. I think this is like maybe a fine idea. I feel like this would almost be better as like a scripted thing in some manner. Didn't do very well. That's fine. I kind of expected that to be the case. I think I just realized like, oh, I haven't uploaded in like 5 days, so I needed to get something out. Roasting every extended list demon. So this is the exact same thing as the first video. Basically I just did the same thing with 75 to 150 on the demon list. I roasted the extended list, where I found something to nitpick about them. It was the same extended list as from the original video. So like I recorded the original video in like May. This was in like July, but I was still using the demon list from like May, so there wouldn't be any repeats. I said in the original video, like, oh, 2,000 likes for the extended. I'm aware that that video has 5,000 likes now. I will be doing the legacy soon. 2.2 just came out. I have other videos to make. So, yeah, so it's basically the same exact thing. I mean, if you enjoyed the first one, you'll probably enjoy the second one. If you didn't enjoy the first one, you probably won't enjoy the second one. Building level at every difficulty. So this one did very well. It's very similar idea to the building level in every update thing. It's basically where I just gave myself like 10 or 15 minutes at each difficulty, and then I would upgrade to the next one up. So I would like build like 10 minutes of like auto, and then 10 minutes of easy, and then 10 minutes of normal, and then 10 minutes of hard. I mean, I thought it was a good video. I was surprised that it did like that well though. But I'm happy with it. I think the level is cool. I think the insane and extreme demon parts are kind of scuffed. But then again, I'm not very good at building hard levels, so you get what you ask for. Fixing the 2.2 sneak peeks. So I thought that this video would do a lot better. I think this was probably like the first, maybe one of the only 2.2 view grabs that I made that didn't do well. Basically, the idea was both of the two sneak peeks that showed off the two main levels have had some level of controversy. And basically, I just went through and I tried to fix some of the controversial parts. So Dash has the like weird spider where you walk on the wall for 2 seconds at the start. That Colin complains a lot about. And basically, I just went through and I fixed it. I deleted that part and I tried to make it a little bit more good. Same thing with Explorers. I tried to sort of fix up the crossy turny part and make it not so stupid. So yeah, I mean, this video didn't do as well as I kind of expected it to, but I guess you can only milk the 2.2 cow so long before it starts, you know, drying up. You know, the 2.2 ostrich will lay eggs forever, but the 2.2 swan will lay eggs forever, but I got too greedy and I wanted to get straight to the source, so. Building a practice mode only level. So this video is basically a rehash of a video that I did a while ago. Basically, there's some buggy behavior in practice mode. When you respawn at a checkpoint, sometimes things behave differently than they would if it was in one continuous attempt. So basically, I abused that in a level. I actually did this video in like 2019, but that video kind of sucks. So I thought I'd redo it. And it only got like 5,000 views in 2019. And just because my channel was doing better, I kind of knew, like, I could make this video and it'll get more views now. So I wanted to redo it, give that video idea some justice. And I'm pretty happy with the level. I mean, video is nothing crazy, honestly. The idea is intriguing, but I feel like it's maybe not interesting or eye-catching enough. So it did fine, but it was a pretty lukewarm performance. Should Electrodynamix be a demon? Oh my god, this video. Okay, so this video did way better than I expected. This video blew my channel out of the water. Video is currently sitting at 778,000 views. It got 79,000 views in the first day. It was over 100,000 by the second day. All it was a little scripted video where I just talked about Electrodynamix's difficulty and how similar its difficulty is to the official demons, Clubstep, TOE2, Deadlocked. And I was making a case both for and against it being a demon. And I didn't even really give my personal thoughts in it, really. I was sort of trying to approach it as like the neutral middleman from both sides. And, I mean, I feel like the only reason this did so well is because this is truly like, this is a super old gen debate. Like, I feel like tons of people know this whole Electrodynamix demon debate. I've been hearing about this debate since I started playing the game in 1.7. It's such an easy topic that like everybody knows about, and I think that this truly is just a really, really good video topic because everybody like knows about this like debate. Should Electrodynamix be a demon? Maybe, maybe not. Is it harder than Clubstep? Is it harder than TOE2? Like, I don't know. It's a super old gen topic that I feel like tons of people have at least like discussed before. So yeah, I mean, this video did super well, and I'm not complaining. Alright, Dash All Night. So, there's a lot to talk about here. I might honestly make a director's commentary on this and make it like a member video. There's a lot of effort that went into this video, obviously. This is my 100K sub special. It is an original song that was produced by my friend Lix, and I wrote the lyrics, he mixed it, auto-tuned it, and mastered it, all that stuff. We went through a lot of revisions of the song to get the auto-tune and get the timing just right. And I'm very happy with how the song came out. I think it came out very nicely. The music video was a lot of work. I had to use 3D stuff that I didn't even know existed in my 2D editor. It was a lot. This video actually didn't do super well. I'm not really that surprised. It's pretty niche. It's 100K sub special that has nothing to do with GD other than like the subject material. So I mean, it's because the song is about, you know, it's about GD tangentially. There's a lot of GD references, but a lot of it's just about like me, you know, like it's because it's a 100K sub special. It has more views now, I think. So it's got 46,000 views now because I've been forcing it on every end screen. On like all my videos, and I'm gonna continue to do that probably until it at least gets over like 100K, because I really like this video and I really want it to have a good amount of views because I'm very proud of the video. So yeah, I mean, I can understand why it didn't do super well, but it still is a little unfortunate, especially because my 50K song parody did better, I think. So I don't know. Building a switching level. So this, I think this is a really cool concept, but I think it's a concept that's really hard to precisely fit into like a title. The idea for this video was a level where every time you click, or like the thing is like you would use the up arrow to play the game, I think, and spacebar to swap. So you'd click, and while you're playing it, you have to switch the game mode, the gameplay back and forth, because some of the blocks are like off and some of them are on. So that was the idea, is you switch on and off. I think this level is really sick. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it was just a hard concept to show. Yeah, I'm pretty sad this one didn't do well, but I'm not really that surprised because it's a weird concept. I think it's really cool. If you are listening still at this point and you think it sounds interesting, I'd recommend you watch it because I like the video. I like the video a lot. Nerfing Extreme Demons to level 1 difficulty. So, the thing with this video was just that I think I took like Acheron and Limbo, and I tried to nerf them down to level 1, because I remember the whole level 1 trend, and I thought it'd be something. This video, I think I was sort of getting back into the swing of things, because this was my first video, I think, that I made when I went back to start school again. So, I think I was still sort of getting back into the swing of making videos again. I didn't really have a whole lot of ideas yet. This video didn't do very well as a result of that. I kind of didn't expect it to. This is one of those videos where I was sort of deep down like, this video, not very good, but I was also deep down like, I really hope that by some miracle it does well though. So yeah, no, this video didn't perform great, but it was growing pains, you know. I had to get back into my rhythm, you know. So downgrading RobTop levels was a video that I thought might honestly not do that well, but it did pretty well. The idea is basically I took RobTop levels from higher updates like 2.0, 2.1, and I basically stripped them of all the 2.0, 2.1 features. So I would put it in like 1.0, and I would try to like make a black orb out of like only 1.0 stuff, or a dash orb only out of 1.0 stuff. And I think that the levels themselves weren't that great because, you know, they were so bare bones now. I do think that the video idea is decent though. So I'm glad that it did well. I mean, it's RobTop level, so it was probably a safe bet. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. I don't have a ton to say about it though. Turning RobTop levels into GD world levels. I could not tell you how I thought of this one. I think it's just the fact that I think that it's interesting to modify RobTop levels to, like, modify their song cuts. You know, I've done them before with the AI extending, the, you know, extending in general, like the extending Electrodynamix, Electrodynamix 2, the AI Fingerdash. I think it's just kind of cool to mess with the songs and stuff. So this video idea was basically I took some GD songs, their song cuts, I shortened them, and then I squished the levels down to that, right? So I turned like Fingerdash into like a 30-second thing. I think this video is pretty good. I like the idea of it a lot, and you know, it performed pretty well from what I can see. So yeah, I mean, I think I was starting to get back into the swing of things more, being in school. But I definitely feel like I was starting to run a little dry here, especially because I was taking 7 classes. So I really didn't have a whole lot of time to sit down and just brainstorm things. So, but yeah, this is a pretty good video, all things considered. Using spawn loops in a platformer level. Okay, so the video idea is just that. I made a platformer level in the Sub-Zero GDPS that just uses like a metric ton of spawn loops. So if platforms move back and forth, there's crushing spike block thingies that come down. The thing is this was like one of the last things I think I did on the GDPS, because it was around this point where it started feeling kind of like wrong to make videos on the GDPS, because like 2.2 was so close, and it seemed like I was wasting video ideas on just an objectively worse like version of the update. So it felt really off to try to be making videos on the GDPS still, but I think I just didn't have any ideas at this exact time. So yeah, I mean, the video's not great, didn't perform super well, and I don't think that I made any more videos on the 2.2 GDPS because of that. Creating new game modes. This one went hard. So this video, basically the idea was that I tried to combine like orbs and pads and stuff with various game modes to make new game modes, basically. So, you know, I tried to basically make new mechanics. This video did very well, actually. I mean, this video, I think it's over 100,000 views. I think it blew past 100,000 views. Yeah, it's at 420,000 views already, so did very well. I was very happy with this. When I thought of this idea, I was like, this goes hard. This is gonna do well. So, yeah, I mean, I think the game modes I came up with were kind of meh. They're not like the best, but they're also not the worst. Making new achievements in geometry. So this is sort of like the fabled part 2 to my video I made earlier in the year where I was reviewing GD achievements. Because I did want to make a video still where I tried to make up new achievements. I thought this video would do a lot better than it actually did, but maybe people were just tuckered out of achievements. I don't know. I like this video. I think it's a good video. Didn't do very well. That's just kind of how it is sometimes with YouTube. Sometimes you roll the snake eyes sometimes, and your video is just doomed to fail. But I still thought it was fine. Making RobTop levels worse. This is an idea that I actually had on a live stream a long time ago, where I just went through RobTop levels, and I tried to take some detail about them and just like absolutely destroy it and like make it disgusting. It's like Stereo Madness. I just made it's like every spike is like a triple. I thought this video would do better because of I thought this video would do better because the title is so concise, but I don't know. It just didn't really happen. which is fine, honestly, because I feel like I don't think I really had a great time recording this. I feel like I was starting to get kind of tired of it halfway through. But yeah, I mean, when in doubt, you do the RobTop levels, and I tried that, and it just didn't really work out that. It didn't really work out that well. Rating every Fingerdash remake. So this was one of the rare times I made a video where I just played some stuff. I don't make a ton of playing videos, and you know, it felt kind of cool to make one, and I was expecting it to kind of flop, but it actually did a fair bit better than I was expecting. Basically, the idea is just, you know, I played a bunch of Fingerdash remakes, like Fingerdash V2. There's a bunch of Fingerdash like V3s. I think I literally just looked up like rated levels that use Fingerdash as the song, and played some of them. And yeah, I mean, this video did a lot better than I was expecting it to. I don't know if it's just the cosmic power of me being the Fingerdash guy. That's kind of why I wanted to make this. I thought it would be very apt. So yeah, I mean, I don't think the video is crazy, but I'm still pretty happy with it. I think it's still relatively good. Now, the RobTop level conspiracy was a weird one. Basically, there was this Twitter account that was posting weird videos and photos of these like really cool decorated levels that just use RobTop level songs, claiming that they're like the real RobTop levels, and like the 1.0 levels that we have now are like shells. They're like, you know, they're not real. So I thought it was an interesting thing to dive into. I wanted to make it sort of like a Nexpo kind of styled video, or like a Lemino styled video, but as mentioned before, I don't know how to edit like that. So, I mean, I think the video is still good, but it definitely doesn't have the like atmosphere that I wanted. But overall, I think it's still a funny video. It's definitely a weird topic, but I think it's cool. Revamping official levels difficulties. So this one was basically, I just went through the official levels, and instead of what their current face rating is, I basically tried to give them like a new one. So, you know, I was like, you know, Electrodynamix, maybe I'd upgrade it to Demon, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this video did a lot better than I was expecting it to, and probably a lot better than it really should have. So I don't think it's a crazy idea, and I don't think it's really edited all that well. But people love the RobTop levels. I mean, like I said, they work a lot of the time, but yeah, I mean, I think I just saw the difficulties, and I was like, you know, these aren't really representative of the whole community, you know, because, I mean, when was the last time you played, like, an insane level that was, you know, easier than Hexagon Force? Like, building a new GD World island. I like this video a lot. I'm glad that it did well, because it was a fair bit of work to get straightened out. Basically, GD World has this like coming soon page with an outline of the Dashlands, implying there'd be like new islands coming soon. There haven't been. There never were going to be, probably, because RobTop can't develop more than one game at once. So the thing is I basically made a fan-made island. There's like this fan-made GD World island of like a frozen snowy land. So I basically made 5 layouts themed around that. And then I made a calling post for people that know how to decorate, that would want to maybe decorate some small layouts. And for the most part, the levels are really good. I think that they did a great job. In fact, I got some comments saying that they thought they were like too decorated to be RobTop styled. I disagree personally. I think they look great. I think that I could see them being RobTop levels. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I think all the levels look great. I think the video turned out very nice. And yep, that's a good way to start. These 2 videos are a good way to start October, that's for sure. And then I immediately killed it with building a 1.9 level. So I was really hoping this one would do a little bit better. Basically, there was this collab that I was part of in like 2015 that never got finished, and my part in it was kind of disgustingly bad. So on a stream, I decided to try and like fix it, and I made it look better. And I'm actually very satisfied how the part turned out. And I wanted to edit it down into a video because I was like, yeah, 1.9 level, it's cool. But it just didn't really work. It just didn't turn out all that great. So I don't know. I mean, I guess specific versions like 1.9 just aren't really doing it. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the level, but part of me kind of expected this video to not do super well, but I needed something. That's the thing. Around this time, I was sort of getting into the mindset of like anything is better than nothing, because I was sort of I was in a delicate game with YouTube where like if I didn't upload for more than like 2 or 3 days, I would see like a sharp decline in my sub growth. So I was like, oh my god, I need to upload something every 2 or 3 days, even if it is like slop trash. So some of the videos in this area kind of suffered as a result of that. Can I rebuild Fingerdash from memory? So this is another one of those ideas that leans into me being the Fingerdash guy. I'm the funny Fingerdash guy. It's just that I just tried to build Fingerdash from memory, and the result, honestly, I got it mostly right, but there was like 1 or 2 parts where I got it like really wrong. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this video. I think it was kind of fun, but I think I was starting to get a little tired at the end because you don't realize just how long 1.5 minutes of a level is until you try to build it in about an hour. Fixing the worst map pack levels. This video didn't do super well. That's fine though. I mean, map pack levels I've noticed aren't really much of a thing for YouTube. They don't really grab people's eyes as much. All I did, I took a couple of map pack levels that I remember having a particular bad time with, and I fixed up some of the parts that are jank. Made them more readable. I fixed some of the bugs, you know. I had a couple of map pack defenders in my comments that were saying that the levels were like not bad. They were fine, even though they are like objectively bad game design. Oh well. But yeah, I mean the video didn't do super well anyways, so maybe that's a blessing. Otherwise, I might have had to try and fend off many more. But adding swag routes to official levels. I like the idea of this video. Swag routes are silly. They're silly and goofy, and I think they're awesome. So, the idea for this one is pretty simple. I just took a couple RobTop levels, and I tried to intentionally add, like, swag routes that you could take that are, like, miles harder than the original route, probably, but you can do them. This video did fine. It did better than the last two, but not great. I think the title is fine. I think the thumbnail might be a little bit confusing. I don't really know how else to showcase it other than having you go through the little thing of lava. But yeah, so the video's fine. I had a pretty long string here of like mid videos that didn't like flop but didn't really do great, and that trend is going to continue with the final update 2.2 trailer summary thing. I will not lie, I was very surprised this one didn't perform well just because it's 2.2. I made it like the day after the 2.2 trailer came out. So I was very much expecting that it would get more views. The super simple idea. I mean, all I did was analyze the trailer, talk about what was in it, and then summarize it, say what I thought about it, you know. Just sort of refueling my own 2.2 hype. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a video that's completely based off of the 2.2 trailer, so not much point in going back to watch this one now if you didn't already watch it, because 2.2 is out, so. Roasting most popular levels. So this is where I took my whole roasting thing and tried to put a clever little twist on it. Instead of roasting demons on the demon list, I roasted like the top 100 like most downloaded levels. Remember I asked on my community tab if people quantified popular as more downloads or more likes, and I think more downloads won. So yeah, so I went through the most downloaded levels and did the same thing as the roasting demon videos. I just picked one thing about them to complain about, and I think it's a fine video. I mean, it did better than the last couple, but still it's only at 50,000 views right now, so it's not like insane. Building a new map pack level, I just don't learn my lesson. Map pack levels clearly don't get views, yet I keep crawling back to them. This video is very simple. I tried to go out of my way to make a level that like basically doesn't work. I intentionally put like a couple 60 hertz bugs in it. I made the transitions unreadable. The colors are kind of ugly. There's decorations just like wherever. It doesn't have any cohesion. If you ask me, it's an authentic map pack level basically. So I definitely think that I did that part well. It's just not a great idea. Building a reverse level in 2.1. So this was basically where I wanted to do that jank thing where levels that want to mimic the reverse trigger in 2.1 would just move the entire level to the right past the player. So your player's going along here and he's jumping, and then the level starts moving back like under the player. That's what I was doing basically. And honestly, I think the level turned out fine. It's a little bit weird, especially near the ending. But I mean, yeah, again, I was really keeping the train of mid videos going. I mean, none of these videos really have gotten... They've all kind of landed between 30 and like 50,000 views, which is good still. I mean, it's good views considering I was making these videos every like 2 or 3 days. You know, you're talking a couple 100,000 views a week then. But, yeah, I mean, they weren't great, honestly. Making a creative level mix. This is an idea that was very experimental. I thought of the idea of a level mix and I was like, I don't know if a level mix related video would do well or not. I have my answer now. So basically the idea was, like regular level mixes are kind of boring. They just have like a part and then you land on the ground and then the next part will begin. And then you land on the ground and the next part will begin. I wanted to try and like make the transitions a little bit fruitier. So like, for Stereo Madness, it starts at the very end, and then the transition to back on track is up through the third coin route, which I thought was kind of funny. So the transitions are just a little bit goofier, and that was what I meant by creative. I don't think the level is particularly good. I think it's actually fine for the most part, but like 2 of the transitions are not so great. But yeah, I mean, the video didn't do super duper well, so... Building a low gravity level. So this was using the Mega Hack gravity variable. I know we have the gravity trigger now, but back in my day, we didn't have gravity triggers. We just had to use Mega Hack. So I made 2 levels. I made one where there was low gravity and you could jump real high, and orbs and stuff made you go real high and all that, and you fell real slow. And then one with higher gravity where you can hardly get off the ground. The lower gravity one is arguably cooler because you can jump higher. The higher gravity one is not as cool because if you make the gravity too high, you just can't jump over spikes. So I could make the gravity like super low, otherwise the level would just be impossible. So yeah, but I mean, I think the levels are fine. I think they're impossible now because they don't have gravity triggers in them. They were just verified with the gravity hack. You could probably copy them and make them possible with the gravity trigger, but you'd have to manually figure out the right value. Can I learn every trigger before 2.2? Finally, one that got more than 50,000 views. This one has like 70,000 views right now. And I like this idea. Basically, 2.2 is coming out, it's adding 1 billion new triggers to the game. So I was like, all right, well, let's try and learn the triggers that are in 2.1, because quite frankly, I don't really know how to use any of them. So I did that, and I think that it was a good idea. I actually got almost all of them. The only one that I missed was count, because I didn't know how count worked. Because it works like the opposite way of instant count. So yeah, I mean, I think that that video is good. I think I was probably pretty happy with the views at the time, considering my streak of mid. But honestly, 70,000 views isn't like a ton. I kind of feel like this should have landed closer to 100,000 views, but I'm not complaining. Building a 5x speed level. So this is again another idea similar to the reverse level, where it's just some like move trigger BS, where, you know, to make a 5 times speed trigger, I just put you at 4 times speed and move the level to the left a little bit so it seems faster. I think it's a cool idea. I think I think that it's clickbaity enough to where even if you don't really understand how, you might be interested enough to see, especially because I did put like a Photoshop like 5-speed thing in the thumbnail. So I think that the thumbnail and title worked really well together here. Adding boss fights to the RobTop levels. So this video did really well. This was my first video in a hot minute that I think did really well, where I just took Starry Madness and the Seven Seas and I threw a boss fight in part of them, and I think it was very cool. It was very tedious. I'm really not a fan of working with triggers when it comes to stuff like that because it's very precise and I'm trying to get it just right. But I think that the levels came out good. And I think the video was pretty entertaining. I think it's a decently edited one for sure. And I was ecstatic when I saw how good it was doing, given my streak of average videos beforehand. So yeah, this was kind of the one that made me think like, yeah, I still got it. I made a level that bullies you for dying is a funny video. Basically, I had the idea, right, to make a level where, and this is what I did, is I made a level where every possible death you can get, like you click up here, you click down here, you run into a spike, every possible death you can get has a different message, like a different death effect that you get as a message. I was like, that's a cool idea, I want to do that. I did not realize how long it would take to actually do the death thing, because the level itself is like 6 seconds long. There's like 6 seconds of gameplay, and there's like 20 different ways that you can die in it. So I built like the 6 seconds of gameplay real fast, but it took me like the rest of the video to actually set up the death effects. So I wish the level was longer, but it's just too much, dude. Like, oh my god. Ranking every 2.2 preview. This was some more 2.2 milk that I was trying to do. I thought it was a cool idea, especially because 2.2 has so many previews. But yeah, I mean, I guess it just didn't resonate with people. People didn't really care about this one. Oh well. I had a couple of ideas after this one, so it wasn't like the worst thing in the world when this one didn't do well. But I was expecting it to, and it really didn't. So. What if Fingerdash was scary? This was a goofy video. I don't really know exactly why I thought of this one, but this is basically, if you guys remember the Lost Locked thing from like 4 years ago, I basically did that with Fingerdash, where I made the level like all black and white and sad, and there's like monsters, and it's supposed to be, you know, creepy, about as scary as a GD level can be, really. Funny level. I think the video is fine. It actually did decently well. It's at 78,000 views right now, so I guess you guys like scary levels, so I won't complain. How good are the Geometry spin-off games? So I expected this to get more views, because it's more like nostalgia bait, kind of, with the RobTop levels. Basically, I just played through the spin-off games again, and tried to like rate them and, you know, see how good they are, if they still hold up. And I thought this video would do well because people have made videos in the past where they play the spin-off games again and see how good they are. I guess maybe my title just wasn't great because I couldn't just like yoink someone else's title. But yeah, I mean, this video didn't do super well, which is unfortunate because I actually liked this video a decent amount, but oh well. Reviving an ancient collab. This video, I expected this one to do badly, but it still kind of makes me sad, because I actually really like the outcome of this level. I thought this video was pretty cool. Basically, the Element series is a thing that was like, it was like a big old project on like a GD forum site in like 2014. And Element 101 RG is like the big mystery lost level, because it's like this impossible demon. It's super legendary, but a bunch of the levels in the Element series didn't get finished, so I just picked one and just decided to try and build like a 1.6 level. I probably could have honestly just titled it Building a 1.6 level, and maybe it would have done better. But yeah, I mean, I like the video a lot, and I like the level a lot, and I think that it turned out really nicely, but Yeah, no, I mean, I think the Element series is too niche, and I probably should have titled it something different. So, this video is the last one I made in 2.1. I ended on a flop. Yippee. So, that was the last video I made in 2.1, so the next ones are all 2.2, and these videos are also very recent, obviously. 2.2's only been out for like 2 weeks, so let's just jump into it. So first we have how fast can you beat the tower. I thought this video would do a little bit better. It was originally called Speedrunning the Tower, I think. But yeah, it didn't do very well considering the 2.2 had literally come out the day before. Maybe people were still just busy playing it. I don't really know. But 2.2 dropped at night, so I had to like hurry up. I streamed for a couple hours, then I immediately tried to hurry up and take part of that VOD and edit it into the video. But yeah, the video didn't do super well. I don't know if people were just more focused on Dash and didn't really care much about the tower or what, but yeah, I mean, my first 2.2 video didn't really do all that well. Then we have making my first 2.2 level. So this one did better, which I was kind of expecting because it's a more generic thing. All I did in it was just start building a regular old side-scrolling level with 2.2 stuff. You know, there's camera controls, there's spider orbs, there's, you know, all sorts of cool stuff. I do want to probably stream this level more. It didn't do good enough to where I really know if I want to make another video about it, maybe. But, yeah, I mean, it was just a pretty cookie-cutter thing, just making a 2.2 level. It's the kind of video that I couldn't have ever made in 2.1 because the video would have just been called making a level. But yeah, I figured that I should just do making a 2.2 level while 2.2 is still new and fresh. But I like the video, and I like how the level is turning out. So then we have building an Autoscroller. I'm really surprised this one didn't do super well. I mean, it has like 40,000 views, so it didn't like flop. I was expecting this one to do a lot better because, you know, I felt like it was a pretty creative idea. I hadn't really heard anyone else mentioning the potential for auto-scrollers in platformer mode. And, I mean, I saw a lot of comments from people saying that they don't like auto-scrollers, and I don't really know why. I think auto-scrollers are fine in, like, Mario games and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I eventually changed the title to just say, like, building a platformer level, and then I put auto-scroller in parentheses. Because it wasn't paying the bills, so... But yeah, I mean, I like this video, and I honestly, I really like how the level's coming along, but if you guys don't like the auto-scroller, that's fine. I like it, so I'm gonna keep building it, like, off-camera, but yeah, I was surprised about this one. .2 recent tab lists are weird. This was another one of my rare playing videos, where yeah, I just made a video where I just played some lists, you know, 2.2 edit lists, and you can search lists, and because of that there is a recent button for lists. So I thought that it'd be interesting to see what some of those are. I actually had delved into them a little bit on my own, and I was like, these are really weird, I should make a video on this. And I did, and you know, it performed pretty well. Yeah, I mean, 60,000 views. I mean, I'm not gonna scoff at that. That's pretty good. Can you beat the RobTop levels in platform mode? So this video, I would say, is my first 2.2 banger. This video's only been out for like 2 days, and it's already over 120,000 views. I like the video, honestly. I think the video's pretty good. All I did is I took a couple of RobTop levels that have game modes that don't work in platformer mode, and I tried to make them possible, right? So in blast processing, the wave portal doesn't work, so you're a cube in the wave part. So I had to adjust the structures a little bit to make it possible. And I think it's a cool idea. I had a lot of people saying that, like, you know, EVW, oh, like, because I know EVW has done that before, with like, can you beat the RobTop levels with like a ship, with a ball, with a whatever. And technically, I didn't really do the same thing, because I was playing levels and fixing them as I go. I think he usually just plays them, and if they're not possible, he just like, oh, not possible, next one. But yeah, I like this video. I mean, I'm satisfied with this one being my 2.2 banger so far. And then lastly, we have my latest video to date. abusing the 2.2 arrow trigger, which I uploaded, you know, as of recording this, it was today. It was New Year's Eve. And I like this video a lot. I think it actually has a lot of good edits in it. It's performing very well so far. I mean, it's got a good amount of views already. I think the thumbnail is a little bit clunky, but I think that kind of fits the video. But yeah, I mean, I think the arrow trigger is really funny, so I thought there was an idea to be had there, and I made a little gimmick with it, and I was like, I can use this then. So yeah, I mean, I like the arrow trigger video. I'm glad that it's doing well, and hopefully I can grind out some more 2.2 videos for you guys in the new year. This video took a long time to record, so hopefully next New Year's I can make one that's not so tedious. But yeah, that is a bunch of rambling about every video that I've made since I came back to making YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk about myself, if you are still listening. But if you didn't, that's okay. I'm sorry you tortured yourself. I obviously expect this video to do pretty poorly, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about it, and I'll probably be uploading a video like the next day because, you know, gotta counteract that balance. So, but I thought this would be fun to do and talk about and reminisce, you know. But yeah, thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in 2024.